Hello dear students, welcome in second lecture of our lecture series on Unit 1 Genes and Chromosome. I am Hemlata Suryawanshi, Assistant Professor, Department of Microbiology, Pratap College, Amalner. Students, in this lecture, we are going to study certain concepts like haploid cell, diploid cell, lethal genes, partially diploid cell, homologous, heterologous. Many of the concepts we already studied in our first lecture. So let's see one by one. First, it is a haploid, which is denoted by small n. So haploid cell, it contains only one set of chromosome. See, as we know that there are the chromosomes present in a pair. 46 chromosomes are there, 23 pairs. So only one set of the chromosome when it is present, then that cell is known as a haploid cell. So in this diagram, in this image, you can see that only single uh, chromosome present in the cell. At that time, it is known as a haploid cell. So each chromosome present only once. Haploid condition is usually found in gametes. You know that sperms and ovum, these are the gametes. So in humans, haploid numbers of chromosomes are 23, whereas the diploid numbers, which shows like 2n. So 46 chromosomes are there. Some of the examples are given. Human sperm cell possesses 23 chromosomes, means haploid number. Human egg cell also possesses 23 chromosomes. It is also haploid number. In plants, pollen grains are haploid. So what is the biological significance? It maintains constant chromosome number after fertilization. What happens during fertilization? Haploid chromosome and haploid chromosome means n plus n, it becomes 2n. So all these things are important in sexual reproduction. Then diploid cell. A diploid cell, it contains two sets of chromosome. In the second image you can observe that each set is in a doubled manner. So two sets of chromosomes designated as a 2n. Let's see some explanation. Here what happens? Chromosomes are occurs in a pair. One set of the chromosome come from mother and another come from father. Most body cells are diploid. As you know that sperm and egg cells are haploid, whereas most of the body cells, somatic cells, they are diploid in nature. Now let's take certain examples. Human body cell, somatic cell. They contains 46 chromosomes, means 23 pair. Root tip cells in the plants also possesses 46 chromosomes. So what happens if the cells are diploid in number, or sorry, we can say cells have the uh, two sets of chromosome. Okay, so it maintains the genetic stability and allows variations due to recombination. There are again certain concept. Lethal gene. Okay, lethal gene is a gene that causes death of the organism. Suppose the gene is present in particular genotype, then it is responsible for the death of that organism, of the cell. So there are two types of lethal gene, recessive lethal gene and dominant lethal gene. Recessive lethal gene causes death only in the homozygous condition. See, yellow coat color in mice. Okay, so that are the recessive lethal forms. Dominant lethal genes causes death even in heterozygous condition. So it is very rare because affected individuals usually die before reproduction. One of the example I want to give here, Huntington's disease, late acting dominant lethal, we can say here. Once again, these are lethal genes, dominant lethal genes. Importance are they explain the abnormal genetic ratio and also important in the medical genetics. Now, partially diploid cell, which also known as marrow diploid. Let's see the definition. Partially diploid cell contains two copies of some genes but not the entire genome. Okay. Hence, the known is name is a partially. No, partially diploid cell contains two copies of same gene but not the entire genome. It is very common in bacteria. It occurs when the bacterial cell receives extra piece of DNA. Means plasmids, as we know that extra chromosomal material. Okay, or they possess the F plus factor. Then bacterial cell it receives the extra piece of DNA. That cell becomes diploid only for certain gene. For example, in E. coli, F plasmid carries lac operon. Cells has one lac operon on the chromosome and one lac operon on the plasmid. So it becomes marrow-diploid for lac genes. Importance of partially diploid cells are they are used in gene regulation study and help in understanding the operon concept. You might have studied about operon concept. Now turn towards homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes are the pair of chromosomes which are having similar size, similar shape, similar gene position, inherited from each parents. Okay, so as we say that they are homologous, means these chromosomes you can observe here two chromosomes. Let me take a pointer. Yes, so these two chromosomes are there having a same length, same centromere position. They carries the gene for same traits and may have the different alleles. For example, human chromosome, the pair in the human chromosome, number one pair, here one comes from mother and one comes from father. So role in meiosis is that pair during the prophase 1 crossing over occurs and leads to the genetic variation. Here in the image, these two arms you can observe or two sides you can observe. So they bind together with the centromere, these sister chromatids. In this pink color suppose. So both are known as a sister chromatids, but blue and this pink are not known as a sister chromatids. Heterologous chromosome, which we called it as a non-homologous chromosome. The definition is that heterologous chromosomes are the chromosomes that are not similar in size, not similar in their structure or gene content. They do not pair during during meiosis. These chromosomes have the key role in creating genetic diversity in the living organism. They introduce variations through recombination during meiosis and they different sets of genes. They carry the different sets of genes. Example given here. See, this image is a chromosome number 1 and this is the chromosome number 5. Okay, so they possess the heterologous chromosome. Both the chromosomes, sister chromatids, are not similar. So what happens here? There are 23 pairs of chromosome. 22 pairs of chromosomes are autosomes, whereas one pair of the chromosomes, known as a allosomes or sex chromosome. Chromosome 1 is the largest human autosome. Let's say the genetic significance. It houses the gene related to numerous conditions such as Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, then Usher syndrome. Okay, so these are certain genetic significance. Abnormalities. If the structural changes occurs in chromosome number 1, particularly rearrangement in the pericentromeric region, are commonly associated with the multiple myeloma and other cancers. So here chromosome number 5 is one of the 23 pairs of chromosome. What happens in the human? They represent only 6% of the total DNA, and this is the fifth largest human chromosome. Here what happens when one of the short arm get detect so interesting syndrome is there which is caused by deletion on the short arm. Okay, on fifth chromosome, there is a deletion on the short arm characterized by high pitched cat like cry in infancy. So, infants they cry like a cat if suffer from this syndrome. Then 5q minus syndrome, a bone marrow discovered a bone marrow discovered caused by deletion of the part of the long arm of the chromosome 5 is characterized by severe treatment resistance, macrocyclic anemia, normal or high platelet count. Okay, so this CATS syndrome, which is very rare, means there may be one case among 22,000 peoples. Okay, so we studied the diseases or syndrome caused by defects in the chromosome number 5. Now, let us see some distinguishing or similar or differentiation points. Here chromosome sets are mentioned. Here examples are given and what you like in that. That is the third column. So haploid cell chromosome set is there. Then example we can say haploid chromosomes are present in the gametes, in sperm cells or in a egg cells, and they are present in reproductive cells, as I told you the examples. Then diploid cell, okay, which is denoted by 2n, means uh, chromosome sets which are present according to that. Example is a somatic cell which is found in a body cells. Then lethal genes, yellow mice gene and genetic disorders. Partially diploid cell, here some genes are duplicated. So example is A plus bacteria found in the prokaryotes. Homologous means similar pair, homologous chromosome. They are having the similar pair. So chromosome pair 1, it is the example and found in the diploid cells. Heterologous means dissimilar chromosome. Dissimilar chromosome. So here what happens, chromosome 1 and chromosome 5, they are heterologous chromosome, and found in all cells. So, thank you so much. Next part we will discuss in our next lecture.